Hi everyone, and welcome to My Pink Bathtub. I am coming to you from friendly Manitoba. Yes, it does say friendly Manitoba on our license plates. My name is Diane. I'm a knitter and I knit products for market. Today I'm going to share with you my May report, which is going to include a weather report, some previously knitted items that I need to talk to you about, what I've currently made this month, and what I'm planning to make for the rest of May. It's currently mid-May, but I am knitting mittens in a heat wave. Let's just get straight to the weather report and get this out of the way. As you can see on the screenshot that I took earlier this morning with my phone, today we are going to have a high of 36 degrees Celsius. I mean, that's like 98 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a hot one, folks. At least it's a little bit of a dry heat and we don't have the humidity, but I am not going anywhere outside in the next day or two, if possible, just because, I mean, I'm a woman of a certain age. I sweat. Then we're going to go into the rest of the week with a lot of rain. And if you can see at the end of the week, it's going to be 5 degrees. This is the extreme weather that we have in Manitoba. So today we are inside because of the heat. And let's just get right into what I want to talk to you about. I have two projects that are monthly projects. One is my monthly sock, which is from the sox-a-long that I'm doing with Soxy Nana Alice every month. We pull our yarn, and I've already finished my May socks, so I might as well share them with you. I pulled the color Blue Striped Rag, which is a Patton's Croy yarn. It was the first sock yarn I have ever bought, and it came in 2 balls that are 50 grams. Luckily, they matched up perfectly. I didn't have to pull anything out. It was a dream. This is how much yarn I have left. I did the standard size leg. That is my go-to vanilla sock pattern from the Crazy Sock Lady. So I actually did 15 rows for the cuff. I did it in a 2x2 ribbing. I did 60 rows for the leg, which normally I don't like as long of a leg, but this is a bit of a tighter fitted sock because it is a tad thicker than your average sock yarn. And finished off the standard size foot. So for me, that's 50 rows. And I got them done and I absolutely love them. I love them so much, I actually took a photo of myself wearing them. And as always, I made my sweater with it and it turned out really cute, you guys. Today I received my package for my hangers. My extra hangers in the mail from an Etsy shop. I will link the shop below. It took a little while to get here, but beautiful quality hangers for sure. And every month I'm going to be making a mini sweater and I'm going to be putting it in my markets as a little side thing, like an ornament that people can purchase for Christmas. And my other monthly item that I am working on every month is my Anthology Throw from Helen Stewart. I am using an advent that I purchased last year from Aberdeen's Wool, their Tangled Poets holiday box. Here is a photo of the colors and I chose to start on day 24 and work my way backwards. So each month I add 2 colors to my throw, and I already finished it again, and I did run out of yarn in the last color, just like half a row. So I did start my first color for June. I am absolutely loving this, and I love that it's a year-long project. So here is the last 2 colors that I did and where we're at with the blanket. I am really loving this project. What do you think of it? I mean, I would highly recommend it. I don't know how I'm going to block it, to be honest, because it's going to be so big. But I've become a fan of blocking, my friends, because I blocked the shawl that I made in Judy's Mal. And I'm going to put the clip earlier today in here now to share with you what happened after I blocked it. I wanted to revisit with you a shawl that I made in March with my friend Judy when we did our make-along with Judy's Creations in Crochet, the Pink Creations Mal. I made a knit version and Judy made a crochet version from the designer, the Velvet Acorn, the Wander Freely and Wander Forever shawls. Well, I made it for my cousin and her birthday's in June. Canada Post is possibly going on strike again. When I measured it, it was only 62 inches wide, and the pattern, I believe, said it was supposed to be 86. I don't know what I did. I don't know if I'm an incredibly tight knitter, but I wanted it to be much wider. So I did launder it, and I blocked it on my blocking mats. I also had to kind of block it a second time because it was so large. It was very hard to fold. And when I took it off the blocks the first time, I noticed it wasn't as nice and straight as I liked it. But I had great success, and I want to share it with you because I'm getting it in the mail today. Again, started at around 62 inches wide. It's now a good 20 inches longer, and I'm very happy with it. Take a look. This was made with Polka Creek yarn, their Canada Day series, so the colors are like maple leaf and double, red, weathered barn, bonspiel, and then a brown color that, I don't remember what the yarn was for that, but it turned out beautifully. I'm very, very happy with it. Blocking definitely works. And now I need to fold it and somewhat origami it into a small postal box to get it over to British Columbia for my cousin. I always keep a sample of the old box that I received at one time, an extra small, just to make sure that it will fit in the box. In Canada, you can buy these prepaid postal boxes. They come with tracking, and I use them quite a bit if it's going within Canada. Fits like a glove. Perfect. What have I been up to in May? Well, Hubs and I have been all about the outside work. We have been trimming trees. We power washed the deck, and I stained our stairs. We even set up my beloved screen room. Another project I would like to revisit with you is the baby shower gifts, because I did finish the hat, the Rialto Baby Hat that I was making. That seemed really, really large. I did rip it out and I just cast it on a couple of less stitches, and it turned out much better, just to make it like an inch less in the circumference, and I think it's going to work out really well. So here's a photo of it, as well as I did make a teddy bear. The pattern is a happy, scrappy teddy bear. I held two strands of baby yarn together. So I held a pale pink and a pale yellow, and it turned into a peach color. Who knew? Well, I guess the color wheel knew. and I decided I was going to hand stitch on the features as opposed to using safety eyes, so it could be used right away for a baby. So here is a few photos of the overall finish of everything when I was blocking it. The mother-to-be was very, very happy. I essentially ate my weight in treats at the shower. Like, I mean, there was, you know, those fancy little sandwiches, and they had a sundae bar and the taco type dip with taco chips. I mean, I came home and I didn't feel that great because I really overdid it, but the food was very, very good. So now what am I doing for the rest of May? Well, essentially, I'm just making mittens. I'm just knitting mittens in a heat wave over here because I really need to get on it. I do. And in fact, I'm planning to knit mittens for the next couple months straight. So it may be a little boring for you and you may not see me as often because I will not have as much exciting, fun things to share with you. But I do want to share with you some of the mittens that I've already made this month. For the toddler mittens, I always use Vanna's Choice yarn. Yes, it's discontinued. I don't know if you guys can find it anywhere in the US, but in Canada, it's gone. It's gonzo. But I have a nice stockpile. And I always have partial balls of it, so I never really know how much I'm actually using up to make a pair of toddler mittens. I did start with a fresh ball. This color is lemon, just to see how many toddler pairs I could make with this. And I made 3 pairs of ducky mittens out of 1 ball of yarn. When you look at the pricing of how much I'm charging, to get 3 pairs of mittens out of 1 ball of yarn is actually pretty good because I know I don't really factor in my labor very well. And I have 2 balls left of this, and then that's it. So there's only going to be 9 pairs of ducky mittens this year. I put them with mitten clips, so people really enjoy that aspect of them. And I'm going between doing some adult mittens now and some toddler mittens. The other toddler mittens I made, and I made 4 pairs of it, and I have 1 ball left of this particular yarn, are these teddy bear mittens. Now, the pattern that I use for my toddler mittens is the World's Simplest Knit Mittens. World's Simplest Mittens? The World's Simplest Mittens pattern by Tin Can Knits. I will link it below. It is a free pattern, but then I have just created them into animals myself. I make everything from chickens to kittens to foxes and bears, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some other animals. Just fun animals. And the toddler ones always come with the mitten clips. They are a huge hit. Ones ready to go that have to be turned into animals that will be foxes. And then I kind of went back to knitting adult size mittens. The pattern I use for the adult style mittens is the Bella's pattern from the movie Twilight. I know, classic. It was a considerably longer sleeve, but I start on row 24. I use either a 5 or a 5.5 millimeter needle for bulky weight yarn, depending on the thickness of the yarn. And I add ears and bedazzle it to various types of animals. This would be a cat. And if you're interested in how I do the ears, I did do a fox mitten tutorial a long time ago. I'll put the link below. It shows you how to knit the ears if you want to turn your mittens into foxes or kittens. Color Made Easy yarn. I can get 2 pairs of mittens out of this yarn easily. It is 100% acrylic and it is a 5-weight yarn. The only issue is no 2 5-weight yarns seem to be the same for me. And I have to either knit them in a 5 or a 5.5 millimeter needle, depending on the thickness of the yarn. This is a thicker yarn, so I knit it in a 5 millimeter. A new to me yarn is this Patons Inspired yarn, and it's a wool blend, acrylic wool blend yarn, 75% acrylic, 25% wool. And I have really enjoyed the look of this one. I made one pair last year just to test it, and I have 3 balls of this. And I'm going to make some yellow kitten mittens with this. Now, if I have the picture, I will put it up here. But I've just been, you know, making mittens, putting the ears on them and putting them aside for future finishing. This one's going to be a pair of chicken mittens. And now that the heat has come, I will just be sitting inside until it cools down enough to go back to my screen room, which is my location of choice. I don't really know how many more years I'm going to be doing market knitting. I really want to knit down my stash, especially like a lot of my acrylic yarn, but I'm finding it very monotonous now, and I don't really just have the gumption to keep doing it. It's been a great little side hustle for me for over 10 years, and I've always done a lot of fun things with my, what I call knitting money. One year I went to Mexico. When I was single and still living by myself, I used to pay down my mortgage. I bought all of my shelving that was in my craft room with my market knitting money. And then I obviously take some of it and I reinvest it back into the booth fees for the following year's markets. So I'm committed to doing it this year. I don't know if I'll be doing it, well, probably next year as well, just to get down my yarn stash a little bit. But then I don't really know if I'm going to keep doing it. There's so many things, friends, that I want to make for myself and for gifts for people. I think the main aim now is just really the stash busting aspect of it. And usually I'm far better at doing it than I am this year. I think I've really been sidetracked with knitting socks and then wanting to knit other things and be doing some mouths. And I mean, that's been all fun and dandy and all, but it's time to knit the mittens. Even when it's 36 degrees, it's still time to knit the mittens. The next time you see me, I will be on Alice's channel, Soxy Nana Alice, because we'll be doing our end of May sock-a-long slideshow / giveaway and pulling our colors for June. And I want to tell you a little bit about something that's coming up in the summer because I'm already very excited. And I received a package today from my friend Kathy. Kathy W. from Yarn with Heart has sent me my Christmas in July package. I have got all of her bits here on the ottoman that I'm planning to wrap up as soon as I finish my episode. And I'm going to be sending it off to her right away because of the possibility of a postal strike. Kathy and I are doing an exchange, a 12-day exchange for Christmas in July. And my friend Judy from Judy's Creations in Crochet and I are also doing an exchange together, and we're doing minis, 12-day minis. Kathy and myself are doing notions. I'm very excited about this. So we're going to be doing a Christmas in July event. I have to meet with the ladies in the next day or two to determine how often we're going to be posting. I personally would like to do it every second day. If not, every third day. We'll be flip-flopping between channels and sharing our items with you that we've sent to each other. It's going to be a lot of fun and I can't wait. So stay tuned for that. Do you enjoy knitting when it's really hot out, or do you just not knit? I am not a knitter of cotton, really. So I think because I'm doing my markets in the fall and I'm starting to feel like a little bit of a nudge that I really need to get my act together, that I'm just concentrating on market knitting for now. I apologize in advance if my episodes are going to be a little bit boring and mundane over the next month or so, but it is what it is, and I have to get my button gear. I probably will be doing a few other things other than mittens, but I will report back on that. And until next time, my friends, stay cool, be well, and bye for now.